Okay, sorry about that. This is why people do rehearsals, I guess. But yeah, let's get going. So first off, brief apology. You've got me, not my co-founder, Caoimhe, who is listed to speak. She's quite a bit more charismatic than me, so lucky you. But yeah, who are we? We're Anim. And yeah, myself and Caoimhe founded Anim about 18 months ago with the dream of improving how we talk to computers through real-time AI personas. These AI personas are as natural as interacting with a real human. They're available at scale 24/7. But what do I mean by that? What are personas? This is definitely something that's best demonstrated with a demo. So this is Caoimhe talking to Leo. But let me do a live one. We'll try anyway, see how it goes. Let me just refresh that. So this is in our customer portal where you go to create personas. And we're going to talk to Kara.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, audio's not coming out. Hey,
Just
Kara. I was looking for some
Just
advice.
Hey. Okay, got it. What specific tips do you need for presenting to crowds at live events?
She's saying, what specific tips do you need for presenting to crowds at live events? Oh, you hear it? Okay. Sorry. Okay. Would you recommend giving live demos?
Let me think about that. I would recommend focusing on your audience, maintaining eye contact, and practicing your material thoroughly. And definitely avoid live demos in front of lots of people. They're just too risky.
Okay, it's a little bit too late for that. What if I was to tell you that you're actually part of a live demonstration that's happening right now in front of a lot of people at Devworld?
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, wow. So in that case, remember to stay calm and engage with the audience as much as possible. And just to be clear, I really should avoid doing any live demos. It's just so risky, you know? Focus on your message and connect with your audience.
Okay, you get the idea. So this is just one example of one persona. But we've released an API that lets you, as a developer, create and customize personas in a variety of ways and deploy them in a variety of applications. We've only just launched a beta recently, but we have over 300 customers using us today for a variety of use cases, including virtual training, customer support, sales enablement, therapy bots, interestingly, quite a lot of use cases there, and all manner of assistants, language tutors, co-pilots, practice your interview, practice your sales pitch. It's been amazing to see. But I would like to take a little step back and think a little bit about why AI personas. Why are they important? Why are they more than just a gimmick? I'd also like to then talk a little bit about the challenges of bringing them into reality and our solution at Anim. So yeah, why personas? I'd like to first touch on accessibility. So I don't like making assumptions about people I have not met, but I'm willing to bet that you lot fall into a bucket like this on the tech literacy graph. And I'd like to think for a second about the people at the other end of the bell curve who are not as tech literate as you lot. And let's focus on Europe in particular. In Europe, 1 in 5 people have low literacy skills, never mind tech literacy. 10 to 15% of Europeans are dyslexic. 120 million Europeans have some form of rheumatic disease, which can cause pain typing. And as you get older, the demographic statistically, you're less likely to be comfortable with text-based interfaces. And that's why you've seen a huge surge in voice interfaces, 40% year-on-year growth in voice search usage. Voice interfaces are also much more convenient for multilingual speakers. In Europe, or in the EU, we have 24 official languages, but many, many more regional languages that voice interface can be a huge unlock for in switching between. So in broad brushstrokes, I'd like to make the case that voice is a more natural interface than text for a lot of use cases. But actually, face is an improvement still. But not just any face. We need faces which are emotive, reactive, they're dynamic, can active listen to what the user's saying in real time. Faces that can convey a large array of nonverbal cues and gestures, and also detect them in the user. I should add here that every pixel you're seeing right now is generated by our AI models. But I'd like to stress as well that this technology is more than just an accessibility tool. It taps into something that's innate in all of us, and that is our visual cortex. We are visual beings. 30% of our brain is devoted to vision, compared to just 3%, which is devoted to hearing. So how does this manifest, this disproportionate part of our brain? Well, we form impressions of a face in just 50 milliseconds. We can detect a micro expression that flashes for just 1/25th of a second. And faces are seemingly somewhat universal. Paul Ekman, a social anthropologist, did a cross-cultural study and showed that no matter where in the world you are, people will identify these 6 expressions. We even see faces where faces don't exist. And don't make me pronounce what that phenomenon is called, but there it is. Pareidolia, I think. We also remember visual cues far better than text-based ones. And actually research here, right here in the University of Amsterdam, found that misunderstandings in text are 50% more common than with visual cues. So they're much more precise. I could go on, but the point I'm trying to make is that we're visual beings. This stuff is hardwired into us. And it's literally in our DNA. It's why we bother coming to Devworld talks when you could just read the transcript at home in your own leisure. It's also why people have video calls and why people turn the camera on for video calls. Some interesting research from Stanford actually showed that with just the camera on, people tend to solve problems faster by 30% than just audio-only communication. It's kind of crazy. Just turning the camera on makes us solve problems faster. So perhaps if we want LLMs and AI to collaborate with us to solve problems, and we need high bandwidth communication, perhaps we should be giving it a face. Now, some of you might be thinking by this point, it's an obvious point. We've had this idea for decades floating around movies, in books and games. So why has nobody done it yet? Well, turns out that reverse engineering human conversation is pretty tricky. So this is a high-level overview of kind of what's going on under the hood when you talk to one of our personas. So on the left, you have the user on their device, be it mobile, web-based, on their MacBook. On the right, these are GPU servers managed by us in the cloud. And let's quickly talk through the life cycle of a response. So the user starts talking to the persona. The audio stream hits our WebRTC server. WebRTC is a video streaming protocol. We then have the functionality of the ears. So we do voice activity detection to understand when the persona is talking and when it's silent. We then transcribe that into text. We then try and estimate whether the persona should start talking or should it wait. We then pass that to an LLM to get the text response. We then pass that to TTS, text-to-speech service. We get our audio. That then goes through our animation model, then through our rendering model, to finally get RGB video frames that we stream back to the user at 24 frames a second. Now there's a kind of, actually we go back. There's an easy route to doing face generation of avatars, and that is where you take a real video of someone talking and you mouth dub just 10% or so of the face to match the new TTS audio. But this is very limited, and we took a bit of a bet early on that to really get to expressive, human-like personas, we're going to have to control every pixel of every frame. And that's why our models are full generation models, and they generate 100% of the pixels. But it turns out this can go wrong in all sorts of ways. I had quite a lot of fun last night going through our research channel in Slack, going way back and finding all these horrendous results. I also checked, we have now over 1,000 failed experiments on our experiment tracker. The other thing we've focused a lot on is latency. So if we go back here, this life cycle of response, that has to happen in less than a second. And in fact, we've somewhat arbitrarily chosen 800 milliseconds as our kind of North Star target. Any slower than this, and the user starts to feel a bit of a drag in the conversation. But it's interesting, real world latencies between two people who click, who kind of vibe with each other, who you can let your guard down and don't have to have a filter in what you say, people respond in as fast as 200 milliseconds. This is actually faster than human reaction speed. It's faster than we can consciously think. Humans do this remarkable thing of kind of pre-generating responses before the other person's even finished speaking, caching them, and then firing them off at a predicted point when we think the user's going to finish. This is pretty remarkable, but it's pretty hard to mimic. I checked this morning, actually, and our server latency is now at, this is the average in the wild across lots of sessions. We're hitting 744 milliseconds. So big shout out to the engineering team for pulling this off. Okay, how's my time? 5 minutes. I'd like to quickly show you now a demo of how easy it is to build a persona and then customize it into your app. Wish me luck. So maybe I'll hit the website. So this is our customer portal where you go to create personas. It's about to get an overhaul. So let's go test account, create a persona. Okay, I'm gonna have to put the mic down, I think. So I've just chosen a face, chosen Leo, and I've just put in a very brief system prompt for the LLM or the brains. I'm then going to create the persona. And you should pop up. So I can go in, I can chat with him, I can edit how I want the persona to kind of look and feel and think. But I'd like to show the integration. So I'll show you the code that's required to actually to kind of serve one of these. So this is a basic kind of HTML snippet. So if we, hang on, sorry. So this is like a hello world little example. So it's going to start a conversation with the persona and then kind of force the persona to say hello world. So I've just tapped in the persona ID there. I also need an API key. I think it might be it. We'll be rotating this straight after the talk, so don't get any ideas. So yeah, that should be it. So we've saved that, and now let's go. I'm just going to serve that with an npm package called serve, simple one, and then that should be it, hosted. Oh, if I can use my Mac. So then we just hit that, and we should. Oh, what have I done? Bear with me, I must have made a little mistake in the HTML.
Oh, Ben, your confidence is impressive. It must take a lot of self-assurance to... Hello, world.
Okay. Hey
Okay,
Leo.
got it. I'm here, Ben, but judging by your speech, it seems like you might have mistaken the audience for a mirror.
So you get the idea. Yeah, so hopefully that shows you just how easy it is to get started with one of these things. How am I doing for time? 1 minute. Very quickly, so what's next? What's coming up? We've got some big releases. We're going to make them more natural, faster to respond, easier to customize. But there's actually one feature I'd like to just highlight in particular, and that's this feature called one-shot personas. And this is where you can create a new persona with just an image. It's not out yet, so I can't demo it properly, but like just to give you an idea of what's possible, this is me animating a crude version of the Mona Lisa. So that's my driving footage in the middle coming from my webcam, and we're animating the face in real time. I'd like to also just point out that what makes this really tricky from a research perspective is an image obviously doesn't include, things like the side of the head or the teeth necessarily. So the model here has had to hallucinate those details and in a temporally smooth way so that it comes across as a nice video. So yeah, this is literally coming out in the next couple of weeks even. So yeah, stay tuned. So yeah, I'd like to stress, if there's one thing you take away from this, it's that personas are coming and they're going to make tech more accessible and more natural to use. And I'd love to see what you guys will build with it. I reckon some of you will already have ideas on what you could do. Maybe some of them would even be products or companies in their own right. And so if you'd like some free credits, please hit me up or come to our booth. We're by the BattleBots arena. And also, we're always hiring as well. So if you really get excited by this stuff, yeah, please drop me a CV. Thank you. I don't think we have time for questions, but